one way or another, we are so far, globally, we are so far above the population and the consumption levels which can be supported by this planet that I know in one way or another it's going to come back down. So I don't hope to avoid that. I hope that it can occur in a civil way, and I mean civil in a special way, peaceful. Peace doesn't mean that everybody's happy, but it means that conflict isn't solved through violence, through force, but rather in other ways. And so that's what I hope for. That we can, I mean, the planet can support something like 1 billion people, maybe 2 billion, depending on how much liberty and how much material consumption you want to have. If you want more liberty and more consumption, you have to have fewer people. And conversely, you can have more people. I mean, we could even have 8 or 9 billion probably if we have a very strong dictatorship, which is smart. Unfortunately, you never have smart dictatorships. They're always stupid. So, but if you had a smart dictatorship and a low standard of living, you can have it. But we want to have freedom and we want to have a high sentence, so we're going to have 1 billion people. And we're now at 7, so we have to get back down. I hope that this can be slow, relatively slow, and that it can be done in a way which is relatively equal, so that people share the experience and you don't have a few rich, trying to force everybody else to deal with it. So those are my hopes. I mean, these are pretty pessimistic hopes, but I mean, that's what lies ahead.
This is the marker that explains a lot of facts about the Georgia Guidestones, sort of an American Stonehenge of globalism. And they were made by a mysterious sounding group called the Guidestones Group, which wished to remain anonymous forever, quote, end quote, according to this informational stone. And the Guidestone's central thing is that they're essentially the 10 commandments of globalism, or one worldism as it's sometimes called. And my assistant Angie is going to help me come this way, and we're actually seeing the stones right now, and she'll show that despite the sun glare. It's a very sunny day here in latter 2010, and these stones are about 20 feet high and consists of 240,000 pounds of granite. Now coming this way slowly, they're in several languages, including Spanish right here, and a number of other languages, as we'll explain more momentarily. Coming around to the side that's written in English, this 20-foot mega slab of Georgia granite shows a number of these 10 commandments. The top, as Angie will try to show, says, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. And it has a bunch of other impressive and broad-sounding platitudes that are typical of the globalist movement. Statements that are so broad that they can be interpreted many different ways. Of course, the very objectionable thing and troubling thing about the first commandment, notice that it's first, is to maintain humanity at a balance of under 500 million. That would mean getting rid of upwards of 6 billion people in some mysterious way that the mysterious founders of these stones are not telling us, since they like to hide in the shadows and not stand up and be accountable or known for what they do.
I hope that it can occur in a civil way.